Yeah, let's look at what we expect in paper one. Expectations of paper one. Expectations in paper one, mathematical literacy. One expects to look at finance. We shall expect to see questions about finance. And when you look at finance, we look at tax, whereby we look at UIF, we look at VAT, we look at personal, we look at personal income. Expectations in mathematical literacy paper one. Number two, when we look at paper one, finance, then we shall be looking at cost price. Cost price, someone else would call it expenses. All right. We shall look at selling, the selling price, of which we shall this has to be the income. Selling. Yes, when it comes to cost price, it's divided into two. Sorry, expenses. We have what we call the fixed, and we also have what we call the variable. You remember that? They might ask you to create a function. You might ask you to create a table. They might ask you to plot a graph. Expectations paper one, mathematical literacy. We come to paper one, so we're looking at finance cost. Then there is what we call the tariffs. You've already seen them. We have what we call the water tariffs or the electricity tariffs. What is a tariff? A cost unit. We expect to see that. In paper one, we still expect, under finance, we expect to see, okay, abroad, which is taxation, taxation in broad, which is personal income, whereby we look at the mention of rebates. We look at the thresholds. We look at the thresholds. We look at medical tax credits. This is taxation in broad, personal tax, personal income. Then, having looked at finance, the other thing we shall expect you to be expecting, which is data handling. Data handling. Under data handling, we expect you to look at data collection. How do we collect data? Data collection. Number two, we expect you to organize. Expect you to organize the data. Number three, we expect you to summarize the data. This is when you shall look at the central tendency. Having looked at central tendency, we also, the other one is called central tendency. We have measures of spread. We have measures of spread. Measures of spread. Here we are summarizing data. Central tendency, when we look at central tendency, we look at the triple M. We look at triple M, which is mean, mode, and median. That's central tendency. And then when we look at the measures of spread, we look at what we call range. Range followed by the quartiles, and definitely the interquartile range. You have to come knowing that. Data handling, data collection, organizing data, data presentation. How do we represent data? Data presentation. When you look at data presentation, we are looking at what forms of diagrams we use to present data. One, we have graphs. We look at charts, namely pie charts. You know, under graphs, we have the line graph, the double bar graph, the bar graph. Those are all graphs. The pie charts, we have the pie chart, we have a pie chart. Then oh, don't forget the box and whiskers. Box and whiskers. Box and whiskers. Box and whiskers. Then that is the data handling. Then the other part that you expect in paper one, it's what we call the probability. A chance something does what? A chance something happens. It's probability. A chance something happens. Take note. Answers in probability, they lie between 1 and 0. You'll never get an answer that's below 0, and you'll get an answer above 1. Expressions of probability. Expressions of probability. Probability can be expressed as a fraction in simplified form. Then express it as a decimal. Afterwards, you can also express it as a percentage. Please do not express it as a ratio. No, not ratios. Probability is not expressed as a ratio. It is a fraction, a decimal, a percentage. Those are the three expressions of probability. Then you look there and you say, how do we determine the possible outcomes in probability? We determine possible outcomes by using a tree diagram. One, or we have what we call the two-way table. That's number 2. All right. We shall only use this when we have two events. Then if they go beyond 2, we shall use a tree diagram. More than 2 events, we use a tree diagram. Hopefully this will help you.